This video is Sunday's edition, but the channel is releasing the video a day early because of the urgent news. President Donald Trump has ignited a firestorm in the Middle East with a dramatic executive order that abruptly ends Iraq's waiver to buy gas from Iran. This high-stakes move, intended to choke Iran's economy and cripple its nuclear ambitions, is sending shockwaves through Iraq's fragile energy sector and threatening to plunge the country deeper into political and economic chaos. Stay until the end to see how Iraq is dismantling armed factions outside of Iraqi law. Experts warn of a looming electricity crisis that could spark riots in Iraq's already volatile south. With Iran now unable to supply the crucial 50 to 55 million cubic meters of gas per day that keeps Iraq's lights on, Baghdad is scrambling for alternatives. Financial transactions are also under siege. Washington has cut off Iran's access to Iraq's financial system, blocking payment pathways and leaving Iraq desperate for a workaround, including a potential shift to Russia's Mir payment system. Iraq is deeply concerned that the sitting president will place more sanctions on the country if they do not comply. The articles coming out of Iraq are saying that the aggressive U.S. push doesn't just target Iran, it puts Iraq's pro-Iran militias in the crosshairs, isolating them alongside Tehran's Revolutionary Guard. Meanwhile, Kurdish authorities in Iraq are being strong-armed to halt oil smuggling or face additional U.S. sanctions. In response, the Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG, has scrambled to restart formal oil exports, but the clock is ticking. Iraq's government is pledging to expand its energy sector with foreign investment and international partnerships, but experts say real progress is years away. Without an immediate solution, the coming summer could bring searing heat, widespread blackouts, and an angry public ready to take to the streets. The U.S. strategy is clear: tighten the noose around Iran. But in doing so, it may be setting the stage for Iraq's next political meltdown. With extremist groups like ISIS waiting for cracks in stability, and with tensions rising across the region, Washington's gamble could unleash chaos far beyond its intended target. In other news we learn, Basra Governor Asad al-Aidani has officially announced the launch of Madinat Al-Nakhil, Palm City, a massive new residential and development project in Iraq. Planned for over a decade, this eco-friendly city will include 54 nature reserves and 34 additional dunums of land, featuring 120,000 homes, universities, and industrial zones. The goal is to reduce pollution and improve living conditions. Backed by major investors from Egypt, China, and the Gulf, including Al-Safi Group, Mountain View, and China Railway Construction Corporation, the project has received full approvals with investment licenses expected soon. The local government has promised to provide infrastructure and security support, aiming to make Basra a major economic hub in the region. Iraq is on the verge of a major breakthrough in international trade, with its first cross-border movement under the global TIR transit system set to take place soon. This marks a historic moment for the country, signaling its deeper integration into the internationally recognized customs transit network. Last week, a high-level delegation from IRU visited Iraq to lay the foundation for this milestone, holding crucial discussions with both public and private sector leaders. These talks reaffirmed Iraq's commitment to modernizing its trade infrastructure and adopting global best practices to streamline cross-border transportation. As part of the visit, a specialized workshop was held to highlight the importance of key UN conventions, particularly TIR, Transports Internationaux Routiers, and ADR, the Treaty on the International Carriage of Dangerous Goods by Road. Experts explained how these frameworks are essential for enhancing trade security, expediting customs processes, and reducing road accidents. They also emphasized the need for Iraq to establish professional standards in road transport and implement strong regulatory measures to ensure smooth operations. One of the key takeaways from the discussions was the critical role of collaboration between government agencies and private businesses. Public-private partnerships will be instrumental in ensuring the successful implementation of TIR and ADR, strengthening Iraq's position in regional and global trade networks. As Iraq prepares for its first TIR-enabled transport movement, it is stepping into a new era of international commerce. By embracing these globally recognized trade and transport protocols, the country is poised to enhance efficiency, security, and economic growth, further positioning itself as a key player in regional trade. Moving on to the showdown between Iran and Iraq, with Iran's grip on the Middle East weakening, Iraq is making a decisive push to assert full control over its security landscape. The government is urging armed factions, including elements within the Iran-backed Islamic Resistance in Iraq, IRI, to disarm and either join the state security forces or integrate into the Popular Mobilization Forces, PMF, which operates under official government oversight. Iraq's Foreign Minister Fuad Hussein recently underscored this stance in an interview with Reuters, making it clear that the presence of independent armed groups operating outside state authority is no longer acceptable. Many political leaders, many political parties have started a discussion, and I hope that we can convince the leaders of these groups to lay down their arms and become part of the armed forces under the responsibility of the government, Hussein stated. The push to rein in these factions comes at a critical time as Iraq navigates a shifting geopolitical landscape. With Tehran's influence in decline and Washington keeping a close watch, Baghdad is under mounting pressure to stabilize its security apparatus. Unchecked militias have long been a source of internal instability, accused of undermining the authority of the Iraqi government, engaging in sectarian violence, and complicating Baghdad's diplomatic relations with regional and global powers. Bringing these groups under formal state control is not just a security imperative, it is a political one. The success or failure of this effort could determine Iraq's ability to assert full sovereignty, reduce foreign interference, increase the value of its currency, and build a more stable and unified state in the years to come.